Next one is Sensational Sherry, the Glamour Girls, Donna Cristanello, and Dawn Marie versus the Fabulous Moolah, your old girlfriend, Rockin' Robin, Velvet McIntyre, and the Jumping Bomb Angels. As a historian of the business, can you tell me sort of like where the women were? Was it just like one traveling troupe of women for all the
Well,
territories
that
that
was a
they were getting
mixture
in?
at that time. That was a little bit of the Vince's girls, Sherry and Rockin' Robin. See, I don't know who else. Those are the only two ladies I remember at the time. In that they were before Sunny and Sable and all those other, all those other girls. But Sherry was in Rockin' Robin. I mean, she was on the European vacation with us.
Leilani
The
Kai.
National Lampoon Vacation. But she was. They were, and the other girls were Moolah's girls. Judy Martin, Leilani Kai. I think she got the Bomb Angels. The Japanese women were just making the transition into professional wrestling, and they were just murder. They just kill each other, and then they're killing the American girls too. So they were. I think they were booked for Moolah. I think Moolah was booking them. But Sherry and Robin, I know Velvet, McIntyre, Leilani, some of the other girls you mentioned were Bomb Angels. They were Moolah's girls. And as far as I remember, only Rockin' Robin and Sensational Sherry were in the territory. Was Grizzlies around, and Jake had come in. I think Sam Houston and everybody else, and she, so they found a spot for lady wrestlers and Sherry and stuff. So it was opportune for her. She's a good, nice lady.
Was
I didn't know she had all the problems.
Fabulous Moolah always controlling the women wrestlers, like from the time you got in 1970? Was she always like the madam?
Yeah, yeah. As far as I know, yeah, she was the booking. She was the Vivian Vachon had broken in the AWA at one time earlier, but she was around for a little while, and she was kind of like a bomb blonde bombshell, and she made a big splash in AWA. And then I don't think she traveled much. She married a Buddy Wolf and had some kids and stuff. I just read a thing on her life story recently, and yeah, Vivian. But Vivian, I think Vivian travel was with the Moolah at first, and then kind of went with Mad Dog and Montreal and that area there.
Do you know what apparently, or did you know at the time, what apparently we all know now is that Fabulous Moolah didn't really treat the ladies that well, and apparently even like some reported case of her pimping girls out.
This was yeah. See, Donna Christiantello and Tony Rose. I think they were partners. I'm not sure. I think they're and Donna and Tony had been with Moolah as before I got in the business. And then there was Kay Noble, Betty Nicolai, and some of these other older lady wrestlers that I wasn't too familiar with. But Moolah had always had. It wasn't until later on that some of the other girls came in and had problems with her. But Donna and who did I say? Tony Rose, and then later Judy Martin and Leilani Kai. And I never heard him bitch. Never really heard anybody. Never heard. Seldom has heard a discouraging word on old Moolah there. All I know is I look up and there should be my girlfriend in the next video. Oh boy, that's that's another rib.
Did you
That's
ever?
like a crown and a scepter carrying down.
Did you ever hang out with Fabulous Moolah? Because you did so many shoots with her for the TNT skits.
No, just in conversation. My first manager Eddie Roth. He wasn't. Evidently he knew her. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And he'd mock her and make isn't that wonderful? And he evidently he didn't. He wasn't too wild about her. So, yeah, he was. Isn't that nice? And there's a wizard. The wizard done everything. He was he was a radio evangelist. You know, put your hand on the radio. You can feel the power of going through there, and you know, your salvation. And the man could talk. You know.